This is going to be a flowing commentary on the psychopathic power trip that cops tend to engage in when they go crazy on someone and attack, assault, murder them, all of the above. Just saw a video by Lackluster. Speaking of cops, um, Lackluster posted a video about a female officer that got slammed into a brick wall and knocked unconscious because she was standing flat footed when the male cop started fighting with a juvenile who had broken zero laws and was just upset that the cops were at his house while arguing with his mom. Anyway, so from my experience, uh, it was a belief that so some people don't have the ability to understand that we live in a constructed reality. We live in a confine created by us. It's a man-made construct. Not getting into the whole simulation theory and this is the matrix and all that stuff. Those are very well explained and well expressed and well demonstrated um, analogies of life. But the fact is that we really do live in a constructed reality. We live in a belief system. People who are atheists, people who think that religious people are so foolish and so simple minded and so weak minded for believing in the supernatural and for believing something just because a book says it, while they themselves live an extremely religious existence, believing in the authority of government over them, believing that you're a criminal if you don't pay taxes, believing that all these so called laws that are written by men are somehow binding and are somehow the last word. You're a criminal if you don't pay your taxes. You're a criminal if you don't have a driver's license. You are a criminal. You are not playing along. You're not playing the game by the rules. And so you're an outsider. Never being able to grasp the concept that no, actually, you are religious. You are religiously following an imposed belief system upon you that has been imposed upon you since you were tiny, since you were just a little tot, um, just a little wanker. That's from my Irish friend. Uh, there goes one of my cats. They're everywhere. One may crawl out of my shirt right now. But you're living a religious. It's a religious belief that you live in a world where the police really are the authority and really can murder you over a traffic stop, over a burnt out tail light, or for no reason at all, or because you have an attitude, or because you raise one of your fingers to express your free speech. Um, so when you're so when you believe that and then you become a cop, you believe that you are God on planet Earth. It doesn't get any higher than you. Yeah, of course, we all know that federal agents have more authority than police officers do. And then it goes on up the chain from there. Um, Although some of the other agencies that supposedly have more quote unquote authority are actually just operating more outside the confines of their statutory authority given to them, again, given to them fictitiously by men who never had that authority to give to you in the first place. Thank you, Brian Young, for that thought, and a buddy of mine for developing it a little bit more during conversations that we've had. Um, this is not, however, me doing a 180 on my worldview and my very strong held beliefs that we are currently living in a structured system. Again, I don't believe in the fictitious rules that we live by, but I do understand. I have a logical enough mind to know that I can't play make believe and act like, oh, if I just don't pay my taxes and don't get a driver's license and just pretend that I'm above everything else, that I'll be okay. and everything will be fine, and I'll never face any consequences. So you don't have to believe in this system to participate in this system and to understand that there are rules that you must abide by, whether you agree to them or not. And if you decide not to abide by them, well, then you either need to go ahead and completely detach yourself from society and go make your own way, like the man who bought his own country. Um, there is a section of desert somewhere, Utah, New Mexico, I can't recall, that has been designated a foreign country. It was bought by a person, and he created his own language, his own currency, and it's recognized. It's a foreign country. So that's what you need to do, so that you're no longer bound by the world that you believe that you're above. I'm a realist. I understand that I do have to participate in the fiction in order to enjoy the benefits. It's just the way it is. I can't enjoy the benefits of a structured society and then at the same time say that, oh, I'm above this. I'm so much smarter than you because I recognize that this is BS. Well, recognizing that it's BS and you know, completely unplugging from it are two different things. Anyway, I don't want to go off on that tangent. That's a whole nother video for another time. That's another video for you to ignore and scroll past. But so cops live in this world, and I lived in that world. This is it. This is nobody can challenge my authority. They're stuck living in this world, in this reality. And in this reality, I run the show. You don't do what I say, I enforce my will. I impose my will upon you. And there are dire consequences to you not obeying my authority. And that's just the way it is. And then suddenly you come upon somebody who seems totally and completely unimpressed, almost like they live in a whole different dimension, and it just blows your mind. No, 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 wait a minute. I need to teach this person a lesson. Somehow or another, they missed the point. They didn't get the memo that I'm God and they're a peon. And so, when faced with that type of an attitude and that type of a reality check, because what it inevitably it's going to have the effect upon their psyche, then their delicate ego, that wait a minute, you mean there's possibly another world where police are not God and where I'm not worshiped? And that's where the cognitive dissonance gets challenged and kicks in, and that's when they just go ballistic. They go crazy because they either have to admit, I really am a nobody and I'm just pretending right now because I'm wearing a costume, and because men who never had the authority to give me authority have given me authority. And I now make believe that I have this authority. And I now carry myself and conduct myself as if I really am, in fact, a person of extreme power and influence and authority, when in reality, you're not. You are literally a shitting, sleeping, I was going to say pooping again. My point is, you're literally a dirty, filthy Homo sapiens wearing clothing, running around acting like you're better than everybody else. You are a sociopath. Anyone who takes that seriously, any person who takes law enforcement seriously is delusional and is a sociopath. And now we have psychopaths who are cops, who literally enjoy murdering and hurting and torturing people. They're now running this through the now they're now running around the streets. Okay. Sociopathic psychopaths. I'm sure that term does not actually exist. It's my term. Copyright 2025. So that's just my little under 10-minute video about one of the reasons why cops lose their minds when someone mouths off to them. They just feel an obligation to jerk that person back into reality, that we rule in this dimension, in this constructed reality. We run the show, and you do what I say. Later, guys. Enjoy your Saturday.